When I get to the field, I want my body to know we're going to play that night. So I think by having the same routine every day and getting your body going through those same motions, get your body ready to play. And you play a lot more up here. Your off days are more sporadic. There's more travel. So you're really having to focus on the recovery part of it, what your routine is before. Adding a routine has been the biggest thing for me. It's just what I like to do and how my body feels the best to go perform each night. I guess you call it activation. It's just to start your day. So I think every person has a different activation. A lot of guys like to hot tub to get their body warm. I just like to go to the weight room, do something that gets my body ready to have a lot of rotation, get ready for what baseball is going to call for that day. And it's all about staying healthy. You know, I think that's been the biggest thing for me is if you just, as young, 18, 19-year-old kids, we can just go in the cage and start swinging. And I did it all the time. But when you get around some older guys that have been through it, they look at you like you're crazy when you go in there, like you haven't moved at all. And so I think you want to get that started early because you don't want to be shocked to be all of a sudden swing and be injured. So I think it's something that you want to kind of get used to early so that you don't, you're preparing before the injury instead of trying to recover after it. At this point in the season, and honestly the whole season, you're done building muscles, I think is the best way to put it. That's for the off season, that's for maybe spring training, but it's all about, just trying to sustain what you have right now and to make sure you can stay on the field. I mean, availability is the best ability at any level, including up here. So it's really all about making your body feel good, and you're preparing yourself for what could happen on the field.
Jacob Young still coming into a dive, and he makes the catch.
Jacob Young in, and a sliding catch.
So smooth.
Baseball is a very repetitive sport. The same things happen over and over again. But there are movements that, out in the outfield especially, that your body's not used to them. It could jar them, and that's usually how injuries happen. Now, those split in the moments, kind of weird movements. But if you're kind of doing those movements in the weight room and you're keeping agile and staying loose out there, it makes that risk of injury way lower. Defense and base running, I think nowadays, especially recently, it's been overlooked a little bit, and I think there's a lot of value that can be brought to the game and that sorts of things. And one little play can change a whole inning and change a whole game.
Long run in for Young. He's going to run it down. Schwarber's halfway to second to throw to first. Gallo to stretch. It's a double play.
Runner moving, swing and a miss, and that is not close at second base.
The throw is late. And Jacob Young steals third.
That changes everything here.
There's a lot of ways to keep runs off the board or to put runs on the board on the base path. So just making those, making the low probability catches, the sliding catches, the jumping ones, the ones that kind of get the pitchers excited, get the team excited, and kind of can give your team a boost of energy if it's a tough night. Yeah, I think that's the big difference between superstition and routine. A lot of if you're big on superstitions, that can mess it up. If oh man, I really like to do this before I do that, and if I don't, the day's over. And it comes down to using your platform the best you can. Obviously, this platform we're given with Major League Baseball and the Nationals is awesome. It's something you only can dream of doing. So being able to bring that and use that for positive towards the world is awesome. It'll make you realize, that game that maybe if you're 0 for 4 last night doesn't really matter as much as you think it does. And it just kind of makes you be more in the moment and enjoy every second that you have doing what you love to do. And it's awesome to be able to go there and bring a smile to their faces and allow them to bring smiles to yours.
Sounds like something you're willing to change the routine for.
Yeah, anytime. Usually the first two groups is who's starting that day, and then that third group is going to be the bench players for that game. And obviously that changes every day based on who's playing. But it's just kind of nice for the starters to be able to get their work done and then go inside to get everything ready for the game. They need a little extra time. In the actual routine, I think it changes honestly based on who you are. So like for me, for my second round, if we're going to do situational stuff, I'm going to work on, hitting runs or those type of things. And maybe Woody's working on, getting the guy in from third. Caber's probably working on getting the guy in from third or moving him over to second. So there's different things for each player. You just what's going to come up in the game the most for you, and to try to work on that. And then after that, it's just trying to feel good. Finding a swing that works for you that day, knowing that you can trust it that day. That way you can be confident going into the game, so you're not worried about your swing while you're trying to figure out the pitcher as well. before games, you know, I'm out there at the same time pretty much every day. It happens to be the first one, but I just don't like to be rushed is the biggest thing for me. It's just figuring out what works well for you, and realizing that, you know, you don't know everything. There's a lot to learn, and as you get older and you play more, your routine's going to change because your body, different things are going to be maybe ailing more than others, and so it's just talking to other people that have gone through the same things you have and picking out which works for you and trying them and realizing that if it doesn't work, it's okay. There's 100 other things to try, and, you know, try to just find something that sticks and makes you feel good.